Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back. As always, huge massive thank you for the support. I really do appreciate it. So today I'm coming back with garden treasures. This one is called A Better World. This is the newest Matastic kit from Hunkydory. So we've got our fox, our rabbit, our little hedgehogs, some butterflies. We've got a lovely little wildflower border there. We've got a topper that says you make the world better just by being you. We've got sentiment happy birthday for my someone special and just because on there. And then the foiled cardstock is this lovely feature foiling of the leaves and the bee around the fox. And this beautiful green pattern with the wildflower corner. And then the printed one, we've got that wildflower border again with the sort of green check. Now I've got the bigger bundle, so I've got the insert pack as well, and they've got papers, so there's the double-sided paper and the insert with that wildflower border again. So I'm going to do two quick-ish cards today. A little bit short of time, and time is going on. Let's just bring in my scoreboard, and I'm going to bring in a piece of a 6x12 cardstock, and I'm going to take this at the 6-inch mark. So this first one is just going to be a normal plain little 6x6 card. So I'm just going to give that a good burnish down. So that's our little starting point there. And then I'm going to take a gold mirri mat because the foiling is all gold on this kit. And I'm going to take 2 notches off the 6 on 2 of the sides. And that's going to give me that lovely white border that I like. If I show you on there, so let's turn it around that way, slightly bigger on one side for some reason. That's perfect there. And then I'm going to bring in the foiled cardstock for this one. And I'm going to take it to 5 3/4. And I'm pretty much cutting most of this corner off. So we've got this nice little piece there that we can use elsewhere. Of course you could come in if you've got any flower embossing folders, the Hunkydory dots, the Hunkydory stripes, any of those embossing folders, anything to add texture on there would be gorgeous. And then I've got a piece of gold mirri here. What have we got this at? This is 1.5 minus 2 notches. It's going to be perfect. And then I'm going to bring in some of that green paper, and I'm just going to cut this at 1 1/4 by 5 3/4, just to give that lovely little mat to that, like so. And that should be all we need. Now what I want to do just before make sure that card is straight, there's just a little bit of a piece coming over there which makes me think maybe it hasn't folded as straight as it should. That's better. Okay, so the glues I'm going to be using today, my usual glues. Got the all-purpose glue, which is an alcohol-based glue. This one's Kalau. It's the same as the Hunkydory construction glue. I find the Hunkydory construction glue it seems a little wetter, if I'm honest, but it does the same job, so it's all good. If you wanted to buy it from one place, you certainly could do that. I'm just going to pop that one on, and then again with this one. Again, other variations you could use to mix this design up would be corner rounding, corner punches, all those sort of things. And the white glue I'm using, I don't know whether I said, I went off at a tangent, is Kalal Tacky Glue, which is a PVA water-based glue. And the reason why I like these glues, and it's just my preference, is because it just gives me that ability to move my layers so I can get them nice and neat. So I've used the glue dots on this piece because it is paper, not card. The tacky glue has got a water content to it. Now it isn't so bad with the Matastic papers, to be honest with you. It does tend to be the shinier ones that it does soak into a bit more and make more bubbly. But that is going to go onto there. And I'm not going to glue that down straight away. What I want to do is grab that topper. So you will see I have been taking some out of this different sheet here because I was playing with this kit before. This is a kit I've purchased, so it isn't anything that's come as part of my DT. This is one that I really like the look of. I knew it was Matastic, which is my favourite finish on cardstock. I don't mind the shiny, and I think the toppers look lovely, but I just prefer the feel of a Matastic for me. Okay, so this, I think probably we're just going to go central on that. And then I don't know, I think I'm going to keep all the layers on this one, because with this one being brown, it just lifts that away from that green, but we will put them on different different heights and things. Okay, so I can go ahead, now we're on the back of the card now, we can just come in with our normal glues. I'm just going to pop this across the middle of my card. Now if I line it up with my mat fairly straight, and then I can use the markings on the board to try and help me get that into that sweet spot. And I've also got this T-ruler. I'm just going to pop that on there. Now I think that looks good to me. So I'm just going to set that to the side. And I can think about doing the foam pads. So I have got some here that are 1mm. And I think what I'm going to do is go let's see, so I think I'm probably going to go quite high with that one, and then we'll go at 1mm with the brown one, and then 2 again with the green. So let's pop some of these on. I think they should be fairly cut to size, and I'm just going to put them on the top and the bottom, and I'll miss those sides out to sort of avoid clashing with that border I've put on. So, and while I'm doing this and putting these foam pads on, what that is doing is just giving that a chance to sort of set and stop moving. So that means that when I put these on, I don't have to worry about that border going wonky underneath. So, and if you wanted to, if you wanted to work on it straight away, you could just use a little bit of those permanent dots again. I just replaced some, well, I've got some replacements ready because I really do enjoy using those. So we've got that one there, and then I'm going to do the same again with this here. Okay, so apology guys, there was a bit of an issue with the camera. It just randomly shut itself off. Don't know whether the battery ran out or something. It had only just been put in, it's been charged all night, so but it cuts them out. So all I've done is pop some 2mm foam pads on the back of this one. It will come a little, I've got a little bit more space here to put the foam pads between those between this border, so I have come down a little bit on those. And then 2mm foam pads I've just put across the top and the bottom of that one while I was waiting for it to download, sorting it out, and then seeing what it had got to. So it's playing up a bit today. I did make another card before this, which is why that topper sheet was picked into, and it sort of died on there. So it's just been a bit tricksy today. Really need to get that replaced. I was thinking, oh, it's not that old, you know what I mean, but I've been making videos for 3 years and I've had that camera, I guess, for about 2.5 of that. So maybe it's time to think about another option, but we'll see. Okay, so let's just pop some tacky glue on so we can give ourselves the best chance of getting this on. And then I'm going to turn that the right way up, so I've got the B, there's a little B here. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can. Just making sure that's not flying upside down. And then we just pop that into there. I think that probably could do with just coming this way just a little. And that's the benefit of having that tacky glue, just gives you that ability to pick it up and then just pop it down again. And then I'm going to do the same with this one, so I don't even have to think about where these are going in the frame, because they will just nest into each other. And if you wanted to, what you could do is just take a tiny piece of border and just having it come out of those edge, and just not bother with this piece along the full length, if you know what I mean. But I just think it's easier just to do a full piece, but it depends on what cardstock you've got. If you've only got a tiny little piece, then you can often just make that look like it's gone a bit further than it has by trimming it where it's not going to be seen. Okay, so now we just need to pop that down in there, so you can see we've got that little bit of height variation there. And then what I am going to do with this one is just grab a 1mm foam pad. I'm going to pop that in the middle just to give it a bit of support against that bar there, because this is quite a big topper. Again, tacky glue, even though we know where it's going. I don't want to drop it down or something and then it not work and not be sticky. Let's just pop that in. So now you can see we've got that variation in the heights. You could even make that more noticeable by going for a 3 or 4mm, depending on how you're going to be posting that. I'm going to bring these little gems in. These were some mermaid gems. Oops. That I got from Temu, actually, because they were only like £1 or so, and I'd bought something else and just needed to make it up. But there's like the 3 colours on here, so just going to go with these sort of mid ones, and I'm trying to pick all the same size. And actually I'm not going to put one on that corner because we've got that bit of corner there, so this means I can get away with doing the 3 like I like. I always like to do odd numbers, just think they look better. Just going to pop that one in because it keeps trying to escape. But that is card number 1, and I'm just going to get set up for card number 2. Okay, so for card number 2, I thought I'd do one of my favourite sort of style of cards, which is the off-centre easel. So I've got a piece of this 6x12 300 GSM cardstock. I'm just going to score at 3 and then I'm going to rotate it around and score 2. So I'm keeping this center section at 6. You can go at any variation between that. You could have 1 inch on this side, 5 inch on that side, depending on, you know, the look that you're going for, what you're using, toppers, etc. I love doing these little cards, especially when you've got like inserts in the kit, because it just all comes together. The only thing is you're using that extra piece of gold mirror. So I like to have it with a smaller panel on the right, sorry, but you could equally have that on the right if you left if you wanted to. Left, right. Okay, so for the inside, I need a mirror mat that's 6 by 6. So I'm going to take 2 notches off that 6 and 2 notches off that 6. And that is going to fit inside rather nicely. Now there is that beautiful wildflower border insert, which should cut okay on here, but we can always trim it with the trimmer if I need to. This is 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. Let's just have a little look. Yeah, I might need to tidy that up with the guillotine, that's fine though. And then for the outsides, I'm going to take 2 notches off the 6, because we know the length is still 6 all the way down. And then this one is 2 by 6, so I'm going to take 2 notches off that 6, and then this one is 4 by 6. So I'm going to take 2 notches off the 4, and then you could use that as a border if you wanted to, but I've now got thousands of those pieces. And then I want that piece of foxy. Okay, so I'm going to cut this down to 5 3/4 in length, and then I'm going to take this piece for my 4 inch. So I'm going to cut that at 3 3/4, and that's going to be my piece that goes on there. And I'm actually going to keep this piece as my 1 3/4 piece for the other side, and then we're going to have that sort of design carrying on. So that's all of the background pieces done. So let me just grab that guillotine. What did I do with that? I tied it in here the other day. There you go, under the desk. I'm just going to take, and I'm not really cutting anything off, I'm just neatening up that feathered edge from my blade. Just sometimes it doesn't like paper. I don't know why. It likes cardstock though, so. Okay, so because this is paper, I'm not even going to put any of the Kalau tacky on or any other PVA glue. I'm just going to use those dots in the corner to secure it while my alcohol base, so it's not going to soak in, there's not any wetness to this glue. So I'm still going to be able to give that a little wiggle into place. And then I'll move those out of the way. Where's my little burnishes? We'll give that another little burnish down. Now when you put this inside piece in, the only thing you really need to remember is don't go too near these creases, because if you pop anything over those creases are no longer going to work. So because we're on that mirror card and now we're on card, we can go back to my normal glues. And we can pop that in. Just going to give that a really nice press down just to make sure A, it's stuck in place, and B, that there's no lumps of glue, because I still want it to be a functional insert in that it can still be written on. So now we can come on to my main layers. So again, tacky glue, all-purpose glue. And I love these wildlife packs, you know, like these garden and floors, and my crafting with them. It's just a really nice thing to craft with. Again, you know, you could be still embossing this image if you wanted to, or if you just wanted to emboss that little piece there just to add a little bit of interest in. You know, you've got options. I sort of give you sort of bare bones sort of ideas, and then hopefully you'll see it and go, oh well, I could do that with that kit, or I could add a little bit of embossing here, I could add a bit of ribbon there, and then you can sort of take it on and it becomes something else equally as beautiful, because you can't really go wrong with a Hunkydory kit, you know. If you start with something beautiful and quality like Hunkydory, and I don't just say that because I'm on the DT, on the design team now. I've said that since I started this channel 3 years ago, and that's just me as a customer, and I've been a customer since pretty much since they started. I think I did get the first kit they ever bought out. Me and my mum were really huge fans. Still, obviously I'm still huge fans of Hunkydory. That's how that's looking at the moment. So you could leave it at that, sentiment on, it'd be a lovely card. But I'm going to add this sentiment to it, which is also a topper with this beautiful little mousey. You make the world better just by being you. And I think I'm going to use those 2mm foam pads again, and I want them on the right hand side, so when I turn that over that's going to become the left hand side. And I'm going to put a nice amount on here because I want it to be really supportive, because at the end of the day this is the only bit that's attaching this piece of card to that base card, and also is going to be acting as a closure for the card as well. So we do want to give it the best chance to do the job. And these are the 2mm foam pads I'm using on this one. So I'm going to close that down. I think we go just about there. We can't see those foam pads, so that's cool. And this time I'm going to bring in some sparkle gems. You could also come in with another sentiment, maybe a happy birthday, or thinking of you. Maybe someone's going for a tough time. Maybe this is just like a random act of kindness card. You know, they're very popular at the minute for people that are maybe, I'm not going to say struggling, but just need to know that there's somebody there. Because we all do have times in life where we do need to know that there's somebody there. Okay, and I'm just going to put that one on. There we go. So I've just gone with those 3 little sparkle gems. And that is going to be that finished card. So that's that little off-center gatefold. Love that card, one of my favourites. I think I do make one, at least one with every kit. But so that is the card that I made earlier. That's the first card. And what I'm going to do is show you the card I made when the camera went funny the first time, which is this little faux stepper card. I was going to put the butterfly, these butterfly toppers on these side pieces, but in the end they looked a little big, so I went with the pots from the sort of ephemera pack, and then instead of using a happy birthday tag I used the sort of planter in there for that. But I'm quite happy with that one, but unfortunately the camera did die, and I'd moved on too far to even make any sense of it. But I will put that one up on Pinterest and that, so you can have a look at it. It's fairly easy to do. All it is a piece of 6 by 12 scored at 1, 2, 4, 6, 9 inches, and then these pieces I did them 1 inch by 8, scored at 4. This one I did 12 by 3, scored at 6, and then I did these smaller pieces onto the back and the middle step, and this larger piece from the middle step to the front step. That's that one. That's the camera died on, unfortunately, so I do apologise. That's why we ended up with two sort of slightly easier cards, which is great for anyone starting out, because they are just that little bit quicker. But that's it for today, so thank you so much for watching. I'll be back again with another one from this kit next time. I believe tomorrow there should be a sneak peek video of what's coming up on Hobby Maker, and I believe there is. When I did look at it the other day, I thought there wasn't, but I believe there is a quick demo on that one for the second card I made. So you will see a couple of my design team cards on that one. And then obviously the next video for this kit should be Monday. But until next time, thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves. And of course, happy crafting. Bye.